Hello again, and welcome back to Gnostic Network. This is Insights of a Modern Mystic with Isabella Greene. I am your host, Tara Crete. This is our 7th episode in the series, and we are going to be delving into the topic of shifting timelines. Hello again, Isabella. How are you?
I am good. It's great to be here.
Yeah, it's always nice. This is such a fascinating series. We're learning so much about a lot of the things that we've been talking about in my life and in other people's lives, but you're really helping us gain some clarity. And this episode is going to be no different. We're going to be looking at the fascinating subjects of parallel realities, dreams, bilocation, deja vu, which everyone is familiar with. So I can't wait to talk about that, timeline shifts, and how to jump timelines deliberately. So I'm really, really happy to get into this now. I've always wondered, Isabella, whether or not there were other realities that exist that I often find myself saying, did I just jump a timeline? Am I in like a parallel universe? Because sometimes it feels so odd from where we are. So let's start with this question. Do parallel realities really exist?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And what you just said is a confirmation that they do exist, is they are separated from what we know as our physical reality by a very, very thin membrane of time, if you wish. And these experiences, when all of a sudden you wake up and it feels like a whole different world, and people are different, they look kind of the same, but not exactly the same. That's exactly the symptom of jumping the timeline, so that you, due to your vibrational matching, shifted into a reality that is right here, right next to us. We have one right here, one right here, one, and a whole bunch of them. Uh, they're separated by milliseconds, literally. And so these jumps sometimes are very obvious, and other times they're pretty subtle. And it's all up to you to pay attention and notice these things.
So they do seem to be kind of random, to be honest with you. That's what it seems like. Because, like I said, I don't think I've ever knowingly jumped a timeline. I know we're going to get into that a little bit more. But how do we suddenly? So, if I'm feeling like I'm in a different reality right now, do you think that's really what's happening? And how did it happen if I didn't intend it or didn't even know that it was happening?
Because we're in the vibrational nature, we live in the vibrational universe. So where you are at determines what reality you're matching. And we literally are shifting a million times a second. That's what is said in many, many other programs and channelings. Bashar says that we are constantly shifting timelines and not aware of it. But it depends where you are at that moment, where you are vibrating, what you are feeling, what kind of energy you're producing and being a match to. And that pulls you quite literally into the next reality, or the parallel reality, or a different timeline, if you wish. And then when you go back to feeling the same way you were feeling before, you are right back to the previous timeline. And right now, we quite literally have a couple of timelines unfolding for the whole planet as we speak. So we have parallel Earths happening, and all of that is based on vibrational matching.
Well, that sure does explain a whole lot of what's going on right now. So it sounds as though, if we consider the quantum world, every single atom is an opportunity, right? It can be a reality. You can send your idea into it, and it can collapse into something that's real, something that matters, like an actual form of matter. So is that what's happening without us knowing? So maybe there is a little bit of intention if we're vibrating something out there, but we don't realize it, though. Even though our consciousness isn't aware that we're vibrating it, the universe speaks in vibrations, doesn't it? It doesn't really speak in words.